Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got Victoria back for a lesson, and as you can see we've got much nicer weather today. So she's on her third lesson today and we're still looking at general driving. She's getting used to changing the gears and etc. We're just adding in a little bit more on the clutch control, a few maneuvers. We did a forward base just a little while ago, and I'm about to introduce pull up on the right hand maneuver to her with reversing back to a car length. You looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like pulling up on the wrong side of the road? So obviously this maneuver has been added into the test, and like they have 4 maneuvers, they only use 1.
Yeah.
And the reason why they have it is too many people do this on roads, and they didn't used to have adequate training for it. And there used to be a lot of incidents and stuff. So in a way it's good practice, although we don't recommend you sort of doing it on the main roads in your early years of driving until you get a bit of experience. The quieter roads it's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the car up, we're going to drive along this road. Preferably we're going to pull up just before that car, the Fiesta, on the right hand side. And I'm not fussed if we're blocking any driveways on this occasion because we're not really parking. We're just going to pull up along there, we're going to reverse back a couple of car lengths, and then we're going to drive off again. Yeah? Okay, you ready to do that? Okay, so if you select first gear, and it's the same as normal, we're just going to move off with the mirrors in the blind spot. And if you signal a little bit of bike, and you can keep the clutch near the bike because we're not really going quick. Okay, and even if you want, you can keep the signal on. So if you move across here now, and just where that telegraph pole is, as you move in and you straighten the car up, if you go a bit along, a bit forward, that's going to be a bit better to straighten the car up. So if you dip the clutch and just a little bit further and stop there. Brilliant. Okay, we go neutral for a minute, cancel the signal. We'll talk the next stage through it. We can do it in small stages. When you're pulling up and you're going along forward, that helps you to get parallel to the curb. And it gives you, it's less work when you're reversing it, because what they look for is for you to keep the car parallel to the curb. When you're reversing it, a lot of drivers, when they have to do their observation, they have to look in the back, so the body's moving, the steering's moving, and before you know it, the car's coming out into the road, or it's going the other way. And that's what we want to safeguard that. So you can, there's ways of doing it where you could do it in small 3 stages. The observations is really important on this particular maneuver. So what we would want to do is reverse back roughly 2 car lengths. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? You would do your full 360 check when you do any maneuver. That relates to other maneuvers as well. And if you remember in the reverse bay, when we reversed out of the forward bay, sorry, you were doing that central look. It's similar to that. You do your full checks when you pause, and then as you're going back, you're only going back 3 or 4 feet at a time. You'd be looking there, which is awkward because when you look there you can see the seat, but you got to kind of look out the window. So we're going to try that. We're going to start the car, we're going to move 3 feet back, stop, check, and then repeat, and we're going to do this about 3 times. And that should cover your 2 car lengths. Okay, so if you start engine, press clutch down, select reverse, good. A full 360 check. We're looking at the driveways, any people walking around, any cars coming out of driveways or anything. No. And you're on a slight downhill slope, so as soon as you do the bike you can dip it and go on the brakes. So you got to be looking here, through here, good, and just move back just a few feet, maybe 3 feet, 4 feet, and then I'm going to get you to stop and stop. And it's important to stop and then look forward. So you're not kind of looking forward and the car's rolling back. That would be a fail point. Okay, so this is important. It's just good to get that brake on. So again, now if you look in the back, go back a little bit, 3 or 4 feet roughly, and stop the car, and then check everywhere again, and then one last time we're doing the same thing again. So if you look in the back, go back a little bit more to go, and we're going to stop there. Okay, and then you're going neutral. So that's the distance they would want you to go back. That's the style of the observation they would want. Now the key point here to drive off, when you're parked on the left and you're driving off, you're always doing your right blind spot. Here it's the opposite. You're moving into this direction, so it's key to check the blind spot in the direction you're moving in. So you would be checking the central mirror, left mirror, and your left blind spot. That does tilt with reverse gear, so if you put it on 0 on the door switch there, if you just turn that to 0 and it'll give you that view, it'll lift back up. Normally it lifts up when you're driving. It's a good thing to have. But if you feel it's a long road, you can't see, you can alter that switch. Okay, if you select first gear, we're going to pull off. I'll go through the observation with you. If you check your left mirrors, signal left, and as you leave, check the left blind spot and then start to leave. You can always double check it if you take longer to go. Excellent. And then we're getting back on our side of the road. Once you've got going, then you've got your view in your mirrors again. So you're okay, but it's just that importance of leaving at that time. So keep going, we go a little bit on. So you're going to go up to second gear. Good, and then lift the clutch. We're just going to go around the block. We'll see how your push and pull is getting on. And so how do you think of that manoeuvre?
It's alright.
That's the easiest one they got really, and they're always doing it in quiet roads. Okay, so it's not too bad. So end of the road, we're going to turn left. 4 to 6 car lengths mirror signal routine can kick in. So if you just slow down and then do mirrors, signal left. We've got T-junction there. We're just going to take our time slowing it. Remember, we've been here, it's a bit of a blind one to the right. So if you dip the clutch, and often you get a car parked around the corner as well. Okay, so first gear, let it roll a bit more forward so you can lift and dip the clutch. We're looking right. You can lean forward to look into it. So you can always move forward and then edge forward. Is it good? Check this side. And it's that car that's the issue. This one here. So basically checking it both ways, then you can go on, because you're actually going onto the wrong side of the road there. We won't enter it if we couldn't, or we could wait before it. Straight to the end, and we're going left again. You can keep it in first. When there's a shorter road, you can stay in the first gear. Excuse me. So we're turning left again, the same process, mirror signal positioning to the left. We already got the gear, and then it'll be also another blind junction, this one. So we're dipping the clutch into the corner there and stopping, and then it's all creeping and peeping basically. So you're going to lean forward for me as much as you kind of look over the wall, and then look at your turn as well. So if you, as you move, you can be designing the steer a bit more to me. So if you go forward a little bit, edge forward with the clutch. You got a bus on this side. Oh look, 1 second. Okay, so lift the clutch slightly, lift. How is it?
It's alright.
Alright, good, yeah. It's a difficult one. And can you see it was good that you hesitated to go there? There's got a big bus coming. So looking left is just as important, yeah? Okay, we're going to pull up in a safe and convenient place on the left. Could be there, could be beyond that. So as long as we're not blocking any driveway, a little bit to you. Just go ahead a little bit, you're fine. Steady, steady, steady. And about here is fine. Okay, we're going to stop there. So go neutral. So you've got forward bay, you've got the pull up on the right, and these are things we can keep practicing along with your push and pull, junctions, normal driving. What we want to do is build on things that you can practice with the other things that are already going on. Okay, so hopefully, you know, that maneuver was the easiest one to do. Right guys, that's all for this video. I hope you liked what you saw, and if it gave you any ideas on your right reverse maneuver, if you learned anything from it, hit the like button, comment and subscribe to my channel. Until we see you the next time.